As many of my subscribers already know, I enjoy collecting old electric trains. There's really no specific model or brand that I prefer. There are just certain engines that I really like that I think are neat and fascinating. And for me, I prefer the O gauge scale because I think it's really big, but it's not too big like garden scale, but it's big enough that it feels really good in your hands, and I just enjoy that size. However, when I found this particular train on Marketplace, well, I had to have it. It's quite large. In fact, it's rideable. The seller told me he used to sit on top of the engine and he would put his feet here and drive this train. And the coal car that would follow behind the engine, well, it also has a seat built inside so a small child could ride here. And the roof lifts off the caboose, and there's a couple of more seats inside where some small children could also ride. Now, the story that I was told from the seller was he purchased this from a Disney auction in Orlando quite some time ago. Apparently, it was used for an event, and the seller told me that he thought there was actually only 3 of these ever made. And as you can see, the detail is incredible. Whoever made these put a lot of love and time in creating these. And assuming this is really old, I really have no idea, but it appears to be, almost everything is built out of wood, and it's still in incredibly good shape. It's been very well kept, it's been cared for, and I'm tickled pink to have it. It is powered by a little gasoline engine. I think the original seller told me that it was a 10 horsepower engine, and I really have no idea if it's the original engine or not. And the attention to detail is amazing because yes, that's a steam gauge, and no, it's not hooked to anything. In fact, there are a lot of parts and pieces hanging in this engine that are, well, they're not hooked to anything. They're just for visuals. They make it look very authentic. Now, in all of my research and all of my digging, I really haven't found any information about this train. I have no idea what event it was used in, and I really have no way to even authenticate if it really did come from Disney. And yes, that appears to be an oil lamp. Now, for the Disney fans out there, maybe they can help me with a few questions that I have. I'm very familiar with the Lily Bell. However, this train doesn't really line up with the Lily Bell. It's not the right color, and the Lily Bell would have not been number 4. Engine number 4 is not the Lily Bell. The antlers mounted to the side of the front lantern is also not something the Lily Bell would have had. I did find a pair of antlers at one time mounted on the Woodruff Disney engine, but I've never seen antlers on the Lily Bell other than the painting on the side of the lantern. There is some antlers painted right here on the side of the lantern. On the caboose, our number is 910802. Any idea what that means? Maybe a date? It almost looks like it could be maybe Roy Disney's date, or maybe I'm just looking too much into this. I assume the M&M is for Mickey and Minnie. I have no idea why we have Nicholas on the side. Who is that referencing? And I'm not real sure why we have Southern underneath that. At one time, Santa Fe did sponsor the Disney Railroad, but Southern and Norfolk never did. So if anybody can explain that, let me know. And then, of course, the tender has M and M. I assume Mickey and Minnie, and RR is probably Railroad. So Mickey and Minnie Railroad, that kind of makes sense for Disney. So there you go. It's kind of a mystery train. So if anybody knows any information about this, put it in the comments down below. I would love to learn a little bit more. I do have plans on setting up some track in the backyard and actually running this train. Of course, it is an antique, so we do have to take care of it and keep it out of the weather, and we intend to do that. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. At the very least, you might be entertained.